Ghost on the door.
Jesus Christ.
We are back, guys, and it's been a little bit. Me and Josh are back at it with Yuri and Monica, and we're about to see who the real Bae truly is in this little.
But on recap session here,
we have found out that
Natsuki
thinks that our poem sucks.
Yeah.
Her poem is great.
She wasn't into it that much.
Our best friend is secretly empty inside and has no personality whatsoever.
Couldn't decide for herself or create a good poem.
We can't decide either what our characters sound like. I mean, like, we've kept changing them, or I have at least.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident with mine.
I mean, yours are you're pretty good.
Pretty basic with mine.
I mean, I like Monica's a lot. So who are we gonna go next?
because you know, Big Daddy over here won in our fight.
Oh yeah, our Naruto fight. Me and Josh had a Naruto fight to see who was gonna be true Bae, Monica or Yuri. And
Yuri won.
I won, and Yuri ended up winning. And to top that all off, AJ, our child, the main protagonist of this story, is secretly in love with Natsuki.
Yes, because she relates to him the most. But we don't know that.
We're not supposed to know that, but like, all right, whatever. We're gonna go to Monica. I'm gonna save the best for last.
Yeah, saving her.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it, man.
I know. I'm trying to remember.
Hi, AJ.
Hoi, AJ. I'll fix it. Having a good time so far? Oh fuck, I fucked it up.
Oh yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
I always have an open ear for you, darling.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I keep that in mind. What was my voice for him?
What was that? You're supposed to be African War Chief.
African War Chief.
What was
Of course, I'd be afraid to bring the things up. Like that?
I guess, but
how are we gonna do this?
That's too hard.
How did I do the African War Chief? I did it last episode. Of course, I bring the phrase to bring them up. Like that? How did I do it?
I don't know.
It was so good last time.
This is gonna be a struggle.
Fuck! Oh, we'll be back in a second. Okay, we are back for the final time. And I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I can't seem to pick an accent and stick with it or be able to hold it for this fucking main character. So, I'm gonna try and do an African accent. Or Uganda Knuckles. Either one. They're both kind of the same thing. They're both kind of the same thing, right?
I have no opinion about it.
But we have been struggling to fix this. So, regardless of how it sounds, we're just gonna stick with it. I am tired of stopping and trying to fix this shit because I can't do it. So, with that said,
there's so much to read, though.
I have so much to read. Of course, I'm afraid to bring the things up. I'm much better off with the flow of until I'm settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Oh, don't worry, AJ. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah. That was just a fucking straight up a white boy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. I hand Monica the poem.
I like this one. It makes me feel Or it makes me think something Seriri would like.
Is that so?
You and Seriri are really good friends, alright? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common.
Ah, well. We may be the best of friends, but Sarah and I are actually very different.
Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other, well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you not know the reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Yuri's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too?
Yes, that is totally unexpected. What? Fuck!
Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either.
What is this show? I am sure I end up in the different kind of things. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. What action am I doing?
That one's alright. I could go with that. This is okay.
Oh my god.
I'd like to see you try new things, comrade.
Comrade in arms.
That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you to find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Oh, I turned into Santa.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound like you are confident for some reason, who claim to be not very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. I am the president after all. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, it's so bad! It's so bad! It's so bad!
Oh man.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
It's
so good.
How are you gonna say it's
Jesus,
good?
excuse me. If you heard that burp. Wow.
I'm turning.
Oh man.
Oh god. Well, let's read it then.
Oh Jesus.
Am I the one reading?
Holy crap, you gotta scroll. I'm reading this. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I real blind. Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think?
That was a long ass pause.
I know. I was thinking of our choices with poetry. That
the very free form. I don't know what kind of accent I am trying to give this bullshit man.
Give him like 30 different ones.
Oh my god. This is such a mess. This whole guy's a mess.
He's got problems at home. Multiple personality disorder.
Okay. That's what we're gonna roll with, guys. From now on, if the main character's voice changes in however way I see fit, it's because he has multiple personalities. Okay, guys. So don't hate on me.
I guess just do what the fuck ever, dude. You can't really say you're gonna do one now, so just do whatever.
It's so fucked up.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus Christ. That is a very
It's like that was like an African French dude.
Oui, oui. It's a very different form, if that's what you call it.
I turned into like Mario, but like he lived in Africa. I'm gonna try it. It is the very free form. That is what you call it. Sorry, I am not the right person to ask for the feedback.
Oh, jeez, I was doing yours. That's okay. Yeah, that's kind of the style that has gotten pretty popular nowadays.
Your person turned into an Irish person.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What am I doing?
You're the Russian.
I know. It's like,
That is a lot of poems. That's a fucking French person too.
It's like,
Big Brown Bear.
Yeah, it's like you're, Jesus. I'm having a hard time here now.
Having a stroke?
Yeah.
My name is Nikolai.
Yeah.
That is a lot of poems.
That is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the impression behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, but it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
She's hiding secrets.
Probably.
She's like, I'll let you guys know when I know you won't think I'm crazy.
Yeah, she's definitely crazy one. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today.
It's like Monica's tip of the day.
Thanks for listening.
Nay. Who should my next poem be next?
I think Yuri is the next one.
Oh, I think the Yuli is next. Like a Ugandan Knuckles but lived in France. Yuri stands up with the poem. I'm like... A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish the reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. Sometimes I just get lost in my own little world. It is fine, do not force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on a second. I'm having a panic attack. Just give me a moment. A moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay? Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Oh, yes. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure is all.
I guess that it might be after reading through it.
Oh, so it is that bad.
No. Did I just raise my voice?
No. You sound a little dead inside.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just sometimes I get really excited over books and stuff, you know? I'm really passionate about them, as you can tell.
Your read berries are faced in our hands. I couldn't help but notice that it has been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take you a while to get used to everything and the new people. It is fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
That's pretty good, dude. I gotta agree with that one. That one's pretty good.
Right. Well, you see, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And I haven't been having through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor has totally changed, Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for, I suppose. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and you learn by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit, how do I say this, biased.
Biased, you say? How?
Well, how do I say this without offending anyone? Well, just never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like this. Sorry.
It is fine. I am not sure if Yui is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem next?
Please, wait. Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if there's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of.
Sir, did you just have a stroke?
Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it that's supposed to be a literature club, and I do not know how to enunciate anything. Oh god, this is gonna be good.
So after reading this poem, we should now be able to determine for our next poems
what to pick.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm picturing she's reading this, right?
Oh, her title is Ghost Under the Light.
Yes, I am picturing she is reading this, but I'm picturing as she reads it, the paper is right in front of her fucking mouth, so it's kind of muffled, and it's also super fucking quiet and whispery. So she's like. Ghost under the light. Jesus Christ. This is how I picture our main. Okay, recap. Scrap everything I just said. I'll cut it out. Don't worry about it. I'm picturing our main character.
Okay, but you don't realize our main character is reading it.
Yeah. Okay, so my main character's reading it, but I think he's reading it in his head.
Right, but we could, instead of it being just him reading it there, it could be as if she you're reading it as her while she's writing it.
So I have to be a French her.
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, I like it. So from now, wait, so that means I have to read all the poems from now on. Even yours.
Yeah, technically.
Fuck!
But it's fine.
Okay,
No, we
no,
can
it's
read
fine.
it as them, but as they're writing it. Like,
Okay,
it's like
okay.
they just wrote it.
I get it, but I think this is a good idea. Let me give this a shot. Let me try it.
Oh, fuck.
Ghost under the lights, the tendrils of my hair illuminated beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of the time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue green hue of the future. I bathe, claims, calms, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back.
I gotta be more calm.
It was magnificent. It was great.
Magnificento. Awkward silence. Awkward silence. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Excuse me for that. Ugh, I just threw up a little bit.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to burp like that. I have such terrible manners.
What? I wasn't thinking of that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
That was for multiple different reasons that it took us that long to read that, okay?
Oh,
I have been found out. I have been caught in the act of the stealing of the French breads.
well, I just don't read the script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Although I like the poem. Even though it is short, it was very descriptive.
It wasn't too short, was it? My parents always said I needed to apply myself more. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
So our fucking little flashback to the previous episodes when Sayori was like, I can't fit anything. See, hers is open too a little bit.
But it's buttoned.
Why is there only 3 buttons then? What kind of fucking jacket is that?
It's not a jacket. It's
What kind of blazer is that? Are they all like that?
Yes.
Maybe I'm just fucking stupid.
That's what a blazer is. It's like a. It's not a suit, but it's like.
It's like a more relaxed suit,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
jacket.
Yeah.
I see.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. I had a dream last night about you. And, sorry. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into a ghost jewelry?
That was like Japanese, dude, or something.
Our guy has personal.
I know.
It's a mixed
I
personality.
know. I'm just saying. Like, oh wow, that was. Woo.
Yuri?